Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of Transport Fever 2 Mega Urban, where in the last episode we, amongst many improvements to public transport, get this high speed line set up, and it is very profitable. I think it's our most profitable line. Let's not look at least profitable, let's look at most profitable. I have been doing a bit of work on streamlining our least profitable routes, kind of trying to space out trains a bit better as well. But yeah, in today's episode we are going to be continuing the high-speed line to this side of the map. I think I've already put this bit of the road here on player ownership just so they don't stick roads out over here, and we're going to get a station somewhere in here, this side of Moneytown, and then we're going to go over to Cashtopia. So, the plan for the station around here is we're actually going to do it. First of all, we're going to try not to get into a tunnel. I mean, really, we should be going like here. Yeah, I'm trying to work out. So I think the plan is to make it so that it's basically a bypass station. Where, like this, and I think if we go to this station design here, we can do something like this, high speed. There we go. It's pretty easy to set that up as a station, and then we can get a road to go up here and then back down again. Little loop for the station entrance, it connects to the trams, that's good. So yeah, that's going to be Moneytown North East, yeah, right, whatever. That's going to be our stop over here, which we're not going to make every route stop, but we're probably only going to have one route stopping here. I'd love to get the train lines to come out of here without deleting any buildings, but unfortunately, I think we might have to do it. Just to maintain the speed, and then we'll merge these tracks in. Oh, that's fine, they won't be going absolute max speed anyway. So, we are then, I think, going to bring it through to Cashtopia, but the plan is, I think, to actually, I think it's going to be most advantageous to, I don't know, maybe merge them onto the existing tracks. I'm not quite sure how the angle works there, because we're approaching from totally the wrong angle for that to work. We're going to go, first of all, round here a bit. Let's do a little bit of a bridge there. We just want to get past this food plant here. And then, yeah, actually I don't think our angle is too bad here. But at the moment it's trying to go through this road. Let's just do that style of tunnel. Okay, auto save. Because we are quite low down here. Yeah, I mean, actually, we could bring it into Cashtopia and into Munium, possibly. So Munium is a pretty congested station. Might want to do some upgrade work there. And by some upgrade work, I have no idea if we've even got space to do this. Okay, let's just get some more tracks. No idea if we've even got space for a passenger building after we've done this, but let's get a couple more platforms in. So, or tracks or platforms or whatever we're supposed to call them. Let's get it in the newer style just to signify, yes, this is the new part of the station. We want in miscellaneous, we want the bridge going down on the other side. There we go, we want the roof here and here. And then we want. I reckon we might even... Ooh. Yeah, see, I'm not even sure what we can fit in here. Can we get these stairs in? Probably. Can we get a road in now? Yep, and it connects. Good. So this should hopefully ease the pressure. We could even use these as our high-speed tracks. Okay, so it's just, yeah, if we did this, it might make this road a bit wacky. Let's just get rid of that road. They've got options to cross the railway line with that here. Not really great around here, to be honest, but got public transport, not that many people are driving anyway. And yeah, options to cross the railway line aren't actually great in this area. Let's just get rid of that. If we just, I'm going to do a bit of destruction here. Get an underpass in there. And then we can get, we may not need all these bus stops, get a bus stop, entrance to the tunnel there and then one there. Maybe you can circle around there because I've just realised that's then doing weird stuff. So, like that maybe. And here maybe we could say get a level crossing, but actually it might be easier to do as a, actually no, it's not easier to do as a tunnel. Maybe we could, if we get off straight mode, if we bend it and then we sink it a bit. There we go. And there are places to cross here. It's more this line here. We can cross it. It's not as busy, this one. There we go. So, it's just the high-speed line going straight. So yeah, it does definitely need to come up a bit, I think. Get a bit of a bridge there. Why not? Don't mind bridges and tunnels because high-speed lines in real life generally have lots of bridges and tunnels, particularly if they have to face terrain like this. So, this is going to basically go over all of this. At the moment we've got on a bridge which has a 140 mph speed limit, which is fine because it's kind of on the approach to the station, so and kind of fits in with the style of the rest of the area. And still 140 is pretty fast. There we go. Just doing small segments. There we go, and we're out of the city now. And oh, the high-speed line's there. We might have to bend it a bit tighter. If we just try to connect into there, what happens? I mean, quite frankly, that's not awful. Let's do this style of bridge here. Bridge pillar collision here. Yeah, that's fine, it's on the approach to the station here anyway. I do realise there's a major road that's now having to go across, and a major road that's still a dirt road. Let's give it a nice bit of new tarmac and do a bridge. I think bridges generally probably more sensible idea. In fact, we'll give them a nice bit of new tarmac all the way. So, we also probably want the high-speed line to go the other way. This is where it probably does have to slow down a fair bit. We're also doing a flat junction there, which is not generally not the best for high speeds. Right, we're just going to do this. Actually, I think we're gonna bring that in like alongside rather than merge straight in, because there are a load of tracks around here and I think we could benefit from increasing the capacity. So just make sure it's snapped to this line here. Right, I have no idea. Now we're going to set up the junction. I just know that I want to keep it a bit kind of these 4 tracks separate. Yeah, I think if we're going to terminate here, then just sending them into these 3 would work. If we bring them anywhere beyond, then it might be slightly more awkward, but let's see what we can do. So if we just brought a track off here, and then brought a track off here, that one could go into there, and that one could go into there. Let's just do that. Don't think who knows that line does do that now. But yeah, so that can then go across there. I mean, actually that would be reasonable. That's very tight. I'm not sure why we need this to be that tight, to be honest. We've just got a nice, I mean, it's still limited to 39 miles an hour, but whatever. Let's just get some signals there. And then, so if it comes off this one, it can kind of cross over into that one. If it comes off this line, I'm also going to, at the same time, somewhere here, do a crossover here. That can then merge into there. I feel like it should be able to merge onto this one as well. I don't think any routes will use this track right now, no, but just, okay. So you've got all the tracks in, so let's set up signals and also whatever we're going to do at Munium. So let's just get a nice, let's say a nice crossover in, but depends whether the game allows us to. It does, and that's nice, nice gentle as well. And then feels like we should bring these in, even though I'm pretty sure the lines ain't going any further. In fact, that could even go into there, that into there, and then can we get a track in like that? Just about. There we go. We can go into there, right, and then that kind of goes over. Why is there a bridge pillar collision for us trying to place a signal down? That is a bit weird. Station's leaving signal there as well, right? And then around the junction we want plenty of signals just for trains to queue up a bit if necessary. And then that bends into here. And then yeah, that's about it for that. I feel like getting signals here, hopefully it'll be fine. And then go to there, and then we spread it out a bit more, because they'll then be running at decent speeds up till this point here. So I'm going to get loads of signals in around the station. And then we literally get to those signals back there as well very soon. So yeah, that'll be it for signalling this new line, and then it should be a matter of where the route's going. I think there will be 3 routes. So okay, let's work this out. So I think that there will be a route. Let's do this. So we can have one that starts here. One's 5 and 6, I think, are the best for routes starting here. They can use 4, 5, 6, 7. It's then going to stop here, and it's then going to go up to Monium. That's basically it, I think. We could extend it, to be honest. It's not a very high speed route, this, but why not do it? I think it can go as far as platform 3. No, it can go to platform 2 as well. And then Monium. Let's take off it can use both platforms because we're running through. And then Moneytown North East. Okay, then that's kind of the unhigh speedy one, to be honest. But it's going to be Moneytown to Cash Peninsula's HS. Then we're going to get another one that goes from Money Market platform 3 by default, but can use all of them. It's going to run into here, platform 7, why not? But really it can use not 3, I'm pretty sure, but all the others right. And then it's definitely not going to stop here, and it's going to instead make the turn to Cashtopia, platform 6. Trying to think, should we? I think we should send it down to Money on Sea, actually. So actually, no, scrap that. It's going to go into platform 2, which is a real slog of crossovers. But yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we can do. Is there a crossover here? No, I don't think it can do 5 actually. And then we can send it down to here. Platforms aren't very long. We could use this centre platform. Really, it should be like platform 1. But how long is platform 1? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 200. That's not. We can have shorter trains on this line, to be honest. So 1 to 4. Right. We're then going to run back up to Cashtopia platform 5, I think we're going to do. I think we can. Can we do? We just put a double slip switch here. We're definitely not going to put a double slip switch here. Just trying to work out which platforms run out of. Yeah. So 5, 4, 3, 2 even probably. We can do because it runs out on that track. And the one that comes in, it merges in there. So yeah, whatever. And then non-stop back to here, platform. It should be 4, I think. There we go. Let's just basically look at it in this view to make sure it isn't messing up anywhere. Okay, it's messing up somewhere. It's trying to do a big loop. For some reason, I expect it's here, Cashtopia North. So it's on 2, 3. Oh, I've realised, yeah, because it can't actually get over to that high speed line from 2, 3. It can from 4. Okay. So that solves it, yeah. So this is Money on Sea to Money Market HS. Right, and then our third route, I think we're gonna start it here, platform. Oh god, why is it this colour? Because guess what's now going to happen? It's going to totally merge in with our other blue line. it's going to run Moneyopolis, and then it's the first time any line's going to have to share a platform here. I'll put it 3 by default. I think it's limited to just to 3, and then I'm going to bring it down to here. We are going to stop off here, and then we're just going to terminate at Cashtopia. I'm going to send it on to platform 6. So I think we can go 5, 4, and maybe even 7 here. Really, I would have hoped it would use this track here. Yes, there we go. Finds it quicker to use that, and there's nothing. This route finds it quicker. This route. Oh, because we haven't actually set the stops on the way back yet. Should think another route's quicker. Let's just do this, and then platform 2, and then here. So if we just take this view, we can make sure it's not doing anything weird. No, it's all good. So that's what? Moneyopolis to Cashtopia HS. So you can see a bit of like some of it, a lot of it's dedicated high speed lines, but you do also want to get the trains to run onto the regular lines where it's appropriate. So, in terms of trains, the one that terminates at Money on Sea is going to be limited to 200 metres. We have now also got these ICE trains. So 203 metres, not too bad. It's excellent power to weight ratio, so that's going to be on whatever the other HS is. Money on Sea to Money Market. Going out this side. We're going to get another one. And we're just going, oh, let's go to at least specified by electric multiple units, and let's get another one out this side. This one, and then I think there might be depots down here. This one here, I guess, for another, what, 203 metre long. These are slightly lower capacity than the other routes as well, so 3 might not be enough, but it will also, like, we've got 5 on this one at the moment. We have actually, might not need all 5 once we've got the other lines with their trains. Right. So there's then the one that goes up this way. So where are our train depots on the route? There aren't really any. Let's just send one out of here and then get more later if necessary. Right, wait, what's happening here? And that says 8, 202. Just 6, 203. Oh wait, what? Hang on. This line here. Let's replace these with the actual ones. There we go. 324, I think, is the same as. It's exactly the same as what our other trains have. So not losing out capacity like I thought, as much as I thought we were. So then we'll actually get, yeah, let's keep with the 8 for whatever line it is that comes out of here. The Moneytown to Cash Peninsula's HS. That's kind of the stop. That's kind of the low speed, high speed, if that makes any sense, which it probably doesn't. And the other route, we've got a depot here. Let's go, yeah, let's stick with the ICA. I think they're just a bit more powerful. I reckon we might even be able to get away with. I think these are long platforms. Yeah, so I reckon we might be able to, on this line, get away with the longer ones. Because I think this is going to be a busy line. That's the one. There's only one out for now. Where can we get another one? Could put a depot like here for the high speed line, facing this direction, and then signal there. Could be an out only just to buy trains, so we can get a 9 for this line here, and an 8 for this one. There we go. Right, we are quite low on cash now, so let's wait for our high-speed trains to get out. At the same time, I want to do a bit of a metro expansion in Moneytown, just a small one. Basically, I want to get, at the moment, have this line which terminates here. Just have a couple of stations in Moneytown West, I think. Might be an idea. Oh, we're actually in debt now. Do we need to have this? Let's let more buildings go in there. Actually, no, let's let a station go there. Then we have the cash. Well, actually, buildings will start growing there. So we get a station there. It's not a very expensive station, actually. So if we get a station there, we can get a station right out on the edge here. Do you actually need some sort of bridge to connect it up? Let's try to get a road out, straight out, like that. There we go. To then go back into there, right here. We can get it to connect like that, and then I don't think we actually want another station particularly. Right. I'm gonna. I have to. Why did I delete that building? I mean, I should have at least tried to get rid of the crossover. I don't do it again. Should at least try to get rid of the crossover without deleting buildings, given our current financial situation. Right. So we're no longer going to have our crossover situation there with using both platforms or whatever, because we're just extending on the line, so trains don't need to terminate there. So we've got a nice crossover here. We then bend round to here. Get rid of that signal there. Ooh, why is there not a tunnel there? Let's just raise the riverbed there a bit. Let's just delete a bit, which I hate having to do, because money. If we just sink it down a bit, we're going to have to raise the riverbed. Oops, that's maybe a bit too much. There we go, and then we can merge these two tracks and get that one to merge in. And by merge I mean run in the same tunnel, not actually physically on the same track. Oops, why is there still land here? I just deleted this bridge. Oh, it is the tunnel isn't deep enough. Oh, whatever. I don't actually care that much. About the right. Signals. Let's get a few signals in on the bits where they share, the two lines share tracks. Right. This one, 23 and 39 just stop using both platforms. And this one, at 5, where it uses, yeah, let's just switch it on to number 2 and then go down to here and then down to here. We can use both platforms. And then here and into here. There we go. And hopefully that'll give a bit more use for those trains. Right. We started now reduce the number of vehicles on this bus line, but then some of the stops are really busy. But then some of them aren't. So I'm hoping, ooh. That's the first time I've earned a Steam achievement in this game in absolutely ages. Because like I've done pretty much everything. I have so much playtime. But yeah, that is okay. Number of tunnels in the game. That's kind of cool. Right, let's see. I'm intrigued to see how our new high-speed lines do and whether they take away anything from the original high-speed line. This line, the trains are so badly spaced out. I've tried to do a bit of work, but sometimes I just feel like leaving those lines with massive queues a bit, just so this train is making profit and is not very busy, so. Same with this one actually. Just reduce it, yeah. Just because we're a bit short for cash, I'm just thinking like, do we actually need to spend the money? Whenever we make a purchase, is it actually necessary? But yeah, here's one of our trains, that's totally full. So that's, yeah, loads of people waiting. One person now waiting for that. Might be more. Okay, 3 people here. It's technically more. Okay, how can we replace these cargo vehicles? So they're carrying 28. Don't necessarily want to go for a huge amount more capacity. I mean, they're doing bricks. He's carried 35. That'll do. Once again, a bit short for money here. I hate how I'm pretty sure both lines. Okay, they might be slightly different colour, but yeah, very similar colour. I did replace the trains on these lines. Some of them. But yeah, we're doing stuff. This has got 200 out of 200. It's time we finally. I've ignored this for so long. Let's get another train. Right, one place I've also not looked at in ages is Cash Peninsula. How is this area doing? These boats are so not busy. We've got hovercrafts now. Let's let them loose. It does occur to me this one's fairly busy generally, whereas the other one isn't so much generally. Yeah, the tram lines still seem to be holding up. Do connect to most of the area. We could do with just having a little connection here, I think. It's not perfect, but that covers quite a bit more there. It's cool how it kind of more around the station here now. Oh wow, Cash Peninsula's one is just like really developing. To the point where I feel like we could do with better public transport here. So what about if we run a bus? Kind of turns around here, then runs through this area here. There's a stop here just so it's leaving, and then runs down to Munium, which has a bus line which isn't actually covering everywhere. If we just do 2 different stops here now, let's replace this one. And then just run down to the station at Munium. I think that's a fairly reasonable bus line. Really trying to get more people moving now. Oh, I added the station. That was very not clever of me. And also I missed this bus stop here. So you go to this bus stop here, and then this one, and then over to here. And they're within walking distance of the trams for onward connections there. And you've got connections to the buses and the trains in Munium for onward connections. So let's call that Munium to Cash Peninsula's 1 bus. And let's get some buses on there. It's no good having a bus line if you don't have buses. So I did. Research extra less accidentally typed, right. Vehicle depot. Passenger, let's just get... Well, I can't get any at the moment because we're in debt. Let's wait for something to make a load of money. And then we can buy, I'll start with 4 buses. I'll do some fine tuning between episodes, but there might be a time for between episodes for letting the game run for a while. Just to make some money. Which is difficult because the game runs so slowly. You notice I've not been in fast forward mode at all this episode, and the reason for that is it's got to the point where it's making no difference. Right, 32 people waiting there. It's good. Only a few people waiting for the high speed. Cashtopia. A few people waiting for that one, and a few people waiting for that one. A few people waiting for the high speed here. Interesting how this line, I mean obviously it still serves some places, the high speed line doesn't, but I guess, right, this stop here probably isn't going to get that many people waiting here, but it's connected to the transport, but it's always going to be a bit of a middle of nowhere stop compared to this one, which is busy. Okay, that train's got 3 people on board, but it's going to... Oh, that's not... She's going to here first. That's a bit weird, but okay. Yeah. You know what? I think it's been a great couple of episodes of public transport development. I'll still do a bit of fiddling around with stuff. I increased the area of the bus lines in Money Market between episodes, for example. Hopefully brings more people to here to get on the trains. So just left 8 people on board. Yeah, give them time and there'll be a lot of people using those high-speed trains, trust me. And I'll then be reducing vehicles on other lines because they're less in demand. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see you in the next episode where we'll probably focus a bit more on cargo. Goodbye.